What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burroaks 77 bringing you a solo footy preview for Box to Box this weekend. Again, I am Burroaks. This is Box to Box. We are hosted by Gold Boys Network. Shout out Gold Boys for bringing us this content. Shout out Pickett Sports. Pickett sponsors our shows. They're a great bet tracking and line shopping app. If you're not using Pickett, check them out. They link to your sports books, can maintain your bankroll, make sure you're staying profitable. We're also sponsored by Boom Fantasy. Boom is an awesome DFS program that allows you to bet or get involved with player prop over and unders in your DFS lineups. So they have some really nice options there for people who struggle with player props availability and stuff like college basketball, which I really like betting. And baseball, if you guys aren't in sportsbook legal states, Boom is a great way to get involved in player prop over unders, pitcher Ks, outs recorded, stuff like that. So big Boom guy had a couple of nice plays with them last week. Let's get right into it. International break's over, thank God, because international break fucking sucked. It always just kind of sucks. It was nice to see the U.S. get some goals. We brought Ricardo Pepe and he scored. Wow, it's almost like Greg should have brought a striker to the World Cup. But let's not get into that too much. So it was nice seeing a couple of things over in a national break, some new look teams. There's guys who have retired, younger guys who are getting a chance. This international break was just, to me, it felt pretty pointless. Most teams played one, maybe two competitive games for the Euro qualifiers. I wasn't super thrilled with having friendlies for Germany and a bunch of other stuff. It wasn't great football. It wasn't a great schedule. Like the games weren't must-watch TV. That felt like there wasn't a ton on the line there. It was interesting to see the new look Spain squad have some success and then fall completely flat on their face. Um, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the new Spain squad, giving Morata the armband. I guess like it's Morata. Jose Lu definitely put in some work. I really like him this weekend to stay hot. But we'll get into all of that. I'll start you guys with some EPL action. First up, we're going to talk about the biggest game of the weekend. That's Man City versus Liverpool. City is right on Arsenal's tail. They got they got at least a game in hand on Arsenal. They need to pick up their points, but they also have UCL and FA Cup to worry about. Pool need as many points as they can. They're outside of the top four right now. They're missing out on Champions League. They have to go on the road to City. I think that's going to be a tall task. Obviously, Pool had a lot of guys travel for international breaks. City kept Holland back. Holland didn't play for his international team. He should be ready to go. KDB did play for Belgium and he tore it up. He got a goal and an assist, I believe. So yeah, I like City here at home, no travel. Not that going over to Anfield is a big deal, but not having to travel after international break. Um, I do like Poole to get a goal though. Salah tore it up for Egypt, as he should. He's been struggling a little bit lately, but I think Poole can get a goal here. So I definitely like both teams to score at minus 125. I do think City kind of run this up. So if you want to take both teams to score over 2.5, I would be perfectly content with that because I really like the value on City here. Last I checked, they were sitting right around like minus 165, which is a little too juiced for me on a single. I really don't like going in soccer. I don't like going much below like minus 120. I will deal with a little more juice in baseball. Like I got a minus 135, like minus 140 is kind of the bottom of my threshold there. So I like City money line plus over 1.5 goals right around minus 125 as well. You could do City to win and both teams to score, but I think City handle their business here at home over Pool. Get through this game, get onto your UCL match, keep guys healthy, run it up early, get Holland in there, get him some service, let him blast a few home against a pool team that I just don't think has much in the tank right now, especially with Virgil van Dijk having to travel for the Netherlands and stuff like that. Next up, we got Bournemouth taking on Fulham. Fulham's been playing great ball. They obviously are without Mitrovic because he shoved a ref, and by shoved a ref, I mean like lightly tapped a ref. A lot of guys, there were some really bad, like old man shaking his fist at the cloud takes out there on Twitter, like, yo, if you touch a ref, you should be suspended for 10 games, fined £1 million fucking pounds, blah 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 blah. Look, guys, the refs did this to themselves. They lost control of the game by letting players swarm them. Like, yo, if you want to go back to old school soccer, like stop talking to any player that doesn't have the fucking armband on. Like that's the point of the armband. Only the captain's supposed to communicate with the refs. You guys have let this slide for long. I kind of have a problem with the red, the sending off. Like I get it, it was stupid. You shouldn't do that, Mitro. But like Bruno fucking olayed a ref that was when he was trying to get a throw in from the sideline in the same game. Nobody had a shit fit about that. So a little pissed on that. That's obviously the Mitro news. Other than that, like Solomon's been balling out for Fulham. He didn't have a contribution in his 2 games for Israel, but I don't think that'll slow him down. Bournemouth just aren't playing that good of football. Fulham on the road, draw no bet at plus 100. I love that. Fulham, if they can pick up a road point here, like they have a legitimate chance at finishing this season in the top 6 and playing some European ball, and that's fantastic for a newly promoted club. I really like how Fulham's been playing. They're just playing really good football, and I just don't think Bournemouth have put it together yet. So I like Fulham here on the draw no bet. Next up, we got Brighton hosting Brentford, and this game screams goals. We got 2 offenses that are super in form. Brighton's got a bunch of nice players. They've been making a nice little run here. They got, I think his name was like Mitamoto. Fuck, I should have wrote more down for this game. I thought McAfee was gonna be here. I know he got tied up doing some stuff, but I would have taken a little more detailed notes. But Brentford playing good ball. They got Norgard, who's been playing really well for them. Tooney is obviously a machine. He's been scoring goals left and right, as we've talked about several times. The man simply does not miss from the penalty spot. If you give Brentford a PK, Tooney last 4 years has not missed a single fucking penalty kick. I don't think he's missed a penalty kick in his professional career. He's sitting at plus 250 for an anytime goal. I absolutely love that. Make sure if you're betting in advance, do it on Barstool or Bet Rivers or like Bet 365. Somebody that voids non-starters. Not that I don't think Tooney will start. It's just nice to have the insurance. He did make the trip and play with England. I don't think he got very much tick, but that is definitely something to keep an eye on. But yeah, Brentford has been playing really good ball. They had a chance to be like an outside dog top 6 candidate, but they just have been dropping points at home. They haven't been able to pick up the points they needed at home. They've just been getting too many draws for me. But they've been absolute road monsters. They've been crushing it on the road this year. Brighton is really tough. And they score goals, like I said. So I love both teams to score here at minus 124. Both teams to score over 2.5, sitting around like plus 115. I like that as well. And like I said, I can't overlook the value on Tooney at above 2 to 1. He's just too good, especially if Brentford end up getting a PK. Next up, we got, dude, I love this match. This is Chelsea hosting Aston Villa at the Bridge. Chelsea put a little bit of a good run together. I think they need to put all their focus into UCL because you guys got Madrid. And hey, you guys all know where I stand on Madrid. Like, we gonna beat the brakes off Chelsea. That said, the last 2 years, the winner of the Chelsea Madrid match has lifted the UCL. So you got to think that if Chelsea can somehow get past Madrid and UCL, they stand a legitimate shot at winning the title. They'll have to play the winner of City versus Byron, um, and then whoever wins that gets a shot at the final. That said, I think the international break's going to hurt Chelsea more than anybody else. They have a lot of new pieces. They're dealing with Graham Potter. I just I don't think the international break helped them, and I think the players who were struggling that went for international break, especially Murdoch, like they just didn't perform super well. Like Ukraine, they got a couple of tough draws. They had to play England, but like they just didn't perform super well. The one exception to that is Yao Felix. I think Yao Felix is still really hot. I think he's good. I like his looks for like shots on target, shots, doing the little correlation play there with the 2 shots, 1 shot on target. I think he probably ends up scoring a goal if we're being honest. But I've said it for almost a month now. I respect the shit out of this Aston Villa squad. I think they're playing really good ball. I think Unai Emery's got them humming. Ollie Watkins is on fire for them right now. He's scoring at a great clip. I'm going to take his goal. I love both the price on both teams to score here at minus 105. I absolutely love that, especially with Silva still out on the back line for Chelsea. Um, so Chelsea's defense can absolutely be gotten to. Tyrone Mings is having a hell of a season after almost being off the team this year. They decided to fire the manager, brought Unai Emery in. Mings is playing great. He's not even hacking, which like he was a pretty tactical hack back there. I've seen him clear some sick balls off the line, playing great defense, got the armband back. This Aston Villa team's swaggy. And I wouldn't hate taking a double chance here because I think they can come away from the bridge with a point in a tight 1-1 game. That said, I think if Chelsea get two, they probably win here. But I really like the value on Villa here. I think they're playing great ball, and if and entertaining ball too. They've been scoring goals left and right. So if you're not up on your Aston Villa, I would definitely check them out. I think they're playing really good football. I think they stand a chance here to come away with a point. Next up, one of the biggest matches on the slate is Newcastle versus Man U. Newcastle fighting for a top four position. Man U hanging on to a top four position. Um, this is at Newcastle. Newcastle's still one of the best defenses in all of the EPL. It sucks to say this. I know people don't like betting it. This game screams under. This screams 1-1 draw. 1-0 absolute masterclass grind out by Newcastle, or heartbreaking Rashford goal 1-0 loss. I don't think Newcastle lose here at home. They're sitting in 5th place. They absolutely want to play Champions League football next year. This is the game. This is a game you have to win if you want to play Champions League football at home versus a big club, versus, kind of a new, more budding rivalry now that Newcastle is good. You have to get the job done here at home. Come away with minimum 1 point. Like, you don't, a draw still is kind of a loss here in your own building. You really want that 3 points. I think it's going to be really tough. So I'm going to take the under 2.5 at minus 105. I don't see Man U scoring a bunch of goals here. I like Isak. I think he had a nice international break for Sweden. He scored a goal that got ruled an own goal, so that happens. He also had one that was like almost like that Japan game. The ball was in the goal, but it like wasn't fully over the line, and a defender clean picked it. It was a little heartbreaking, but it happens. Isak's in great form though. He got up on that set piece the other day and nailed in a sick header. He's been playing well in the EPL. I really liked what I saw from him in Sweden. So I like Newcastle here to come away. This game screams 1-1 draw for me. But they might be able to gut out a 1-0 When that said, if you want to bet Marcus Rashford, now's the time to do it. I understand he's hot. I understand that a lot of people love the EPL and are Rashford truthers. I'm not one of them. I think anybody who tells me Rashford Ballon d'Or is absolutely tripping. Like I'm not here to listen to Rashford Ballon d'Or talk. Um, because he just hasn't been doing it all season long enough for me at a high enough level. That said, he's plus 170, and that's one of the better prices you're going to see on Rashford for the remainder of the year. So I would go ahead and run with that. Real Madrid basketball -1.5. Interesting. Chewy. I don't I don't play a lot of international basketball, but I might peep that after the show here. So thanks for the heads up. Um, Sticking with EPL, this will be my last game. There's not a ton sports wise to talk here. It's Everton versus Tottenham. Yes, it's on the road in Everton. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Everton, your ass. Like DCL is not healthy. You don't have anything great going on. You're in this relegation fight. A draw here would be great for you. That said, like Tottenham just fired Conte. Good fucking riddance. I'm sick of seeing him. I'm sick of listening to the fucking Conte drama. Harry Kane's moving on. Like, I get it. Tottenham, it's probably time to look at blowing this thing up. But yeah, I mean, you're giving me new manager bounce back vibes. Harry Kane, Son, all these guys who are just way better than Everton, and you're giving me Tottenham on the road at plus 120 with a new manager. Yeah, Tottenham, you better go handle your business here. Otherwise, like everything Arsenal fans say about you is true. So if you're a Spurs fan, this is a must-win game. If you can't go on the road to Everton after firing your manager in a new manager bounce back game, an oh shit, I need to prove that I'm worth my playing spot and my salary game. If you can't beat Everton on the road, y'all don't deserve top four. Y'all don't deserve top six. Y'all are trash. So if you're a Spurs fan, this feels like a must-win match. And I will back the Spurs here at plus 120, or I probably won't bet them the rest of the season. So that's all the weekend games I liked for the EPL. The EPL, obviously, with the international break, everybody's got to play catch up. They'll be double dipping. There's great midweek games in the EPL. I just find those super difficult to talk about until I see what the lineups are for this weekend, how teams play, where their points end up being, and how they rotate midweek. Because if you have to play EPL games midweek, you also have to look at UCL, Europa Conference, FA Cup. Like it's a very packed soccer schedule the next 30 days. So I expect to see a lot of guys rotating in minutes, especially midweek change for teams that are comfortable outside of the relegation zone and aren't really in a tight battle for the top six. Relegation teams are going to play everybody as many minutes as they can until they physically fall down and can't play soccer anymore because the bottom of the table in EPL is so tight and every point matters. So that's just something to keep an eye on from a watching soccer perspective when you're thinking about what you're looking to bet in the future here. And that's why I'm not going to do any look ahead games to like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday stuff. Next up, we have I used to say the greatest league on the planet, but like I'm so done with La Liga's bullshit. We have the league where the best team on the planet, Real Madrid, fucking play. It's La Liga. I love the both teams to score here in Girona versus Espanyol. It's been a trendy pick all season. I know my guy Bucket John drools all over this one. Girona at home is a very good team. As I mentioned, Espanyol had Joselu play for Spain. He was the main striker for the Spanish national team. Had a brace the other day, so He's red hot. I think Joselu's in great form. I love both teams to score at -110 here. I even have that locked up. I put that bet in Wednesday over on Caesars. So if you can still get both teams to score at -110 in Girona versus Espanyol, I absolutely love that. Go ahead and lock that in now. I don't see anything in either of those lineups changing so drastically that it would take me off both teams to score. Villarreal versus Sociedad is maybe one of the best games of the weekend. Villarreal at home play really well. They've picked up the pace. They've started scoring points. Sociedad cooled off a little bit. They had a bunch of injuries, but they're starting to find form. Sorloth had a nice international goal. He's been scoring for them as well. Kubo has kind of broken out of a funk and become a big factor for Sociedad. I love both teams to score at -110 here. I went ahead and locked that in over on Caesars on Wednesday, and now all I'm waiting for is props, because Villarreal, I've been saying it for damn near 2 years, but I've been loudly saying it from the top of my desk for the last couple of months. Chuck Uwezi from Nigeria, Nigerian Super Eagles. This man's left foot is a wand. He scores awesome buckets. He's got sick curlers. He puts in fierce crosses that gets finished. His assist is always worth a look. His goal's always worth a look. His shot on target when it's plus money is a no-brainer. If you don't know Chuck Uwezi, know the name. Nigerian Super Eagles. We fucking out here. Next up in Spain, I'm contractually obligated to talk about Real Madrid every time they play, so we're going to talk Madrid. Numbers completely unbettable. Take Madrid -1.5 if you want. They are playing Valladolid, who has Kyle Larin, who's absolutely balling the fuck out. I want to say Kyle Larin's He's got 6 goals in his last 6 games, including a brace for his last international cap for Canada. The only game he missed a goal, I want to say it was versus Sociedad, it was like 3 games ago in La Liga on the road. But he had 3 great opportunities, put 2 shots on target, lifted 1 wide. Larin right now is sitting right around +500 for an anytime goal. I love Madrid, but like, we tend to leak sometimes, and like, I thought Courtois played really well the last couple of matches and over international, but if anyone's scoring for Valladolid, it's going to be Kyle Larin. Instead of taking both teams to score, I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of money on Kyle Larin at +500. That number's ridiculous for a guy in that good of form. Speaking of guys in insanely good form in numbers that are dumb, Vinny, 2 shots on target. This has been bread and butter for me. Like, I've explained why this bet is really good and has strong correlation, like a ton. So yeah, it's +130 against Valladolid, who regularly let people put crooked numbers on them. And this is Madrid at home and in the Bernabeu. So like, Vinny, 2 shots on target, +130, no brainer. That said, that's kind of all I have over in Spain. I think the Matisse game will be good from an entertainment perspective. I struggle finding great lines on that without Fakir in the lineup. They have been playing a little better. I'm still in watch and see mode on that one, so I don't have any action on that game. But come later in the weekend, I might be talked into it. Moving over to Italy, we have one really, really good Italian game and one not so good Italian game, but there's a prop that I like. So we'll start with that. It's pretty simple. Cremonese host Atalanta. Don't have really shit to say about this game, except for Højlund scored 5 goals in 2 games over international break. So if you're going to give me +170 on Højlund anytime, you're damn fucking right I'm going to take it. So yeah, that's really all I have on that. Next up, we have Napoli hosting AC Milan. Why is this a big deal? Well, this is a big deal because these teams have to play each other 3 times in 17 days. AC Milan and Napoli are playing each other in UCL next week. Yeah, next week. And AC hosts the first home game. So Napoli won the first game 2-1 on the road at AC Milan in Syria. Now, I can see why people I can see why this number opened in what I think is funky. Napoli have Serie A basically wrapped up. Like nobody's catching them on points. They won the Scudetto. That's a huge thing. Like winning the Scudetto is massive, especially in like Italians in Italy. It's a very hard trophy to win, unless you're Juventus. But like they dominated for 7 years. But it's a grind. That's but like this number on Napoli, like minus 135 Napoli at home is disrespectful. AC, I believe Zlatan just got hurt again. He scored their only goal for them versus fucking Udinese and got embarrassed. Like Tomore on the back line for me is the key, but like this Napoli offense is just too good. It's too good. So I don't love swallowing this much juice, but Napoli at home on the money line, minus 135. I already locked that in to return half a unit. Napoli team total over 1.5. Go check the stats. Napoli absolutely skull fuck teams, especially at home. Their one trip up game was a little trap game to Lazio. That doesn't bug me. Napoli team total over 1.5 at minus 115 is insulting if you're Napoli. Like, I think they just don't have the lines yet, Metro Boomin. So Metro Boomin asked if Batman, aka Oshiman, aka Oshi him, was not playing for Napoli this weekend. I believe he is. I know he traveled and played with the Nigerian Super Eagles. That's not a super far trip for Italy. I saw his line. His line was available for me on Barstool. So I know some books aren't offering goal scorer lines. This is a Sunday game too, so like it is still a few days off. But Barstool had his up. Oshiman was plus 115 on Barstool. That's where I was kind of going with this. Him at plus 115. I like a little more beef on the bone when I bet anytime goal scorers. You can't not. Anytime they give you a plus number on Oshiman, you have to take it. He's got like 24 fucking goals this season, dude. Like the guy's an absolute menace. They're talking about let's see. Sorry, Eli pulled something up for me. Yo, Eli, if you want to jump in chat and just if he's out, just let me know. Because I can't read that. It's a little too blurry for me. It looks like question mark under injury, so I have no idea. I think Oshiman plays. Like I don't think they sit Oshiman. I don't think they sit Special K. And here's the thing, guys. If they do, Napoli's got fucking shooters to replace him. Like, if they get rid of Oshiman, like, oh no, I have to take Simeone, who damn near scores a goal as a super sub every time he steps on the fucking pitch. Like, yo, if they start Simeone over Oshiman and they give me like plus 300 on Simeone, you're damn right I'm taking him for a goal. Like, oh shit, do they have to sit Special K? Okay, cool. They got fucking Raspadori over there who scored like 26 fucking goals last year and is a menace. There is 328. Oh, so yeah, no. 320. Okay, so he might have gotten a little knock while he was playing for Nigeria. I don't. I like if he's healthy, he'll play. But like I said, if Simeone's backing him up, I'm taking Simeone. If Raspadori's backing him up, I'm taking Raspadori. Like Napoli's bench is fucking deep, and it's full of guys that get buckets. So I love Napoli team total over 1.5 minus 115. Love the money line. Locked both of those lines in on Wednesday. I'm riding with them. So yeah, and then we'll wait and see if Oshiman's injured. That'll obviously keep me off his goal. But the guys who substitute in for anybody they rotate, like Napoli's too deep and too good to pretend like AC Milan bugs me. So I went ahead and locked in those bets already. I don't have a lot to talk about over in Germany except for the last game, so I'll just throw out a couple of lines I like. Union Berlin at home plus money versus Stuttgart. Stuttgart's ass. I don't know what else you really want me to tell you about this game. Union Berlin's in a top 3 battle. Stuttgart is lucky that they didn't get relegated last year, and they're hanging around the middle this year. Good for them. That said, Union Berlin by a fucking million. Give me the money line at plus money. Schalke hosting Leverkusen. Number one, Xabi Alonso ball. Number two, Leverkusen just beat fucking Bayern. So yeah, Leverkusen on the road minus 110. I'm with it. If Warts starts, Warts assist. That shit prints money. Don't think about it twice. Um, the only game we're talking about, in my opinion, in Germany. Okay, here we go. Okay, Oshiman will miss the match. We got Italian Football TV on Twitter bringing us an update that Oshiman will miss the match. Cool. If they give you a better number on Napoli, I'll go hit it again. I played to return half a unit on both of those minus numbers. If they get better, I will hit them again because, like I said, Simeone, Raspadori, and fucking Elmas, even if he's backing up Chucky Lozano, like their backup front three starts for a lot of Italian clubs. So I'm not tripping. I love what's going on over in Napoli. That said, let's talk about the big news. Let's talk about the big game in Germany. That is Bayern hosting Dortmund. This game is fireworks every year. This is for first place. Dortmund sit at the top of the table, 1 point clear of Bayern. They're 48 goal differential behind Bayern. Bayern at home, you better fucking handle your business here. Anything other than 3 points is pathetic. That means that you just shot yourself in the foot for $26 million because you fired Nagelsmann, who, I get it, you weren't getting along with him. Maybe some of the players had beef with him. Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. The man lost 3 games. 3 games in the Bundesliga. He's scored 80 fucking goals. Like, getting rid of Nagelsmann and bringing in Tuch right now, like this is a disaster scenario waiting to happen if you're Bayern, because you have City and UCL. You are in UCL semis. This team just ate PSG's lunch at the Allianz. You are coming in here with a ton of momentum. You're playing great football. Sure, you had a little stumble against Xabi Alonso, but like, hey, guess what? That shit happens right before international break. That was your 3rd loss of the season. And Nagelman's get canned over that? Like, sure, 7 draws if you're Bayern is probably a little too much. Yeah, you had a little rough start coming back from World Cup, but like, firing your head coach this late in the season when you're legitimately contending for a league and UCL title blows my mind. You better have gotten it right, Bayern board, because if you lose the Bundesliga for the first time in 11 years and you wash out a UCL, heads are going to roll. Like, there will be riots in the streets. That said, Dortmund is in the perfect underdog position here. Like, yo, we're underdogs. We're not expected to win. We're sitting at the top of the table. We're doing it real fucking quiet, too. I don't believe Dortmund's lost a game since World Cup came back, other than the UCL match. But, hey, like, Dortmund, they're in a sneaky good position here. That said, Byron, you have to baptize them. Give me over 3.5 at minus 115. If you want to play it a little safer, both teams to score over 2.5 is right around minus 165. I love that. Dortmund's scoring here. I really like that. It's a little too much juice for me personally. I don't like laying minus 165. That's a have 65 cents on the dollar in juice is just, it's way too much for me to feel comfortable with. I'd rather take an extra goal for the over 3.5 at minus 115. If you want, throw both teams to score in there, because Byron alone can score 3. They can score 4 too, but like, I just don't see them keeping a clean sheet versus Dortmund. I have to see lineups for this game because new manager, I have no idea how the fuck Byron's going to run their offense, run their defense, run their midfield. The one thing I can tell you without a doubt for a fact, Joshua Kimmich is still going to be Joshua Kimmich, and he's going to play the Joshua Kimmich role. He's an elite level talent who, no matter who you are as a manager, you just go, oh, cool, Joshua Kimmich, you play the spot you've always played, and I'm just going to stay way the fuck out of your way and let you do whatever you want, because you're one of the best goddamn players in Germany. or from Germany, or that's played for Germany. So you just let Kimmich do his thing. Don't worry about it. His shot on target's plus 160, guys. Just saying. Huge value there. Brandt for Dortmund, his shot on target's plus 170. That's outrageous. The man's on fire. I'll be interested to see if Kareem Adeyemi's healthy for this one. I know he took a knock about a month ago. His return date should be coming up soon, so that's something I'll keep an eye on the injury report. I think this game's got tons of goals in it. I think it's got fireworks. And if Dortmund somehow win this game, it will be anarchy in the Bundesliga. It'll be awesome to watch. Pro tip, actually, if you somehow think Dortmund win this game, go take them for a future to win the league. Because you're getting like 3-1 on it, and if they win this game, they're 4 points clear of Bayern. Dortmund might be able to close it out. Vegas currently has Bayern to win the league at minus 500. So, like, absolutely no surprise if Bayern win this game and then go on to win the league. That's what you are supposed to do. The shock will be if Dortmund win this game and Bayern go in the mud. That's kind of all the European footy I have for you guys. But I do have some MLS stuff I want to talk about. I love MLS. I know MLS is getting popular. They got the deal with Apple TV. The lines in MLS are just super soft. They're really nice. There's not a big handle on them. And if you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing, you make some pretty decent money on that. So speaking of that, we have Atlanta hosting New York Red Bulls in the Superdome. Superdome, one, they packed that place. They put 55, 60,000 people in there every week. Going down to Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz, that place, they go insane for Atlanta football down there. It's fucking awesome to watch. That crowd's electric. It's so good. They're also scoring a shit ton of goals. They put 5 up against Portland. They struggled on the road. They let 5 get dunked on them against Columbus. They were missing 7 guys on international duty, 7 guys who start, and they still managed to go up there in Columbus. Atlanta in the Dome is just different, and you're giving me plus 105 on Atlanta in the Dome. Done. Another guy that if you're a big MLS guy, you have to have your eyes glued to Caleb Wiley and what he's doing. 18-year-old American playing, dude. He hit a sick Gareth Bale-esque free kick curler, top bins last 2 weeks ago. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists in 3 matches for Atlanta. 18 years old, kid's a stud. Don't look at his goal and assist prices. You'll be happy you did. He's going to be a stud this season. I hope he has a nice breakout season and becomes super profitable for us all year. Next up, we have Cincy hosting Inter Miami. Inter Miami are playing better football. I know I said that a couple of weeks ago, and I was on their double chance when they went to NYCFC, and they got shut out and unfortunately put an own goal in on themselves. Don't fucking do that here against Cincinnati, and I like Miami on the double chance. Miami's vastly improved from last year. I know I've been telling you guys, like, hey, the value on King Joseph is way too high, and he just hasn't gotten it done yet, even though Miami's been finding offense elsewhere. King Joseph scored for Venezuela on international duty. I like it, dude. He's getting dangerous shots on target. They just haven't been going in. King Joseph at, damn near plus 300 is going to be a bet for me again. If you want to wait until he scores first, like, I can get behind that. I know he's coming off a bad knee injury, and that's why his time at Atlanta ended. Just a reminder, he's the fastest guy to 100 goals in MLS history. So that's the kind of talent King Joseph has in his feet. And if you give me 3-1 odds on him to score a goal, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it every time, because the last 2 years, if I was getting those odds on King Joseph, I would be a lot better off. So I'll keep taking that just for the price point. Next up, we got the LA Galaxy hosting the Seattle Sounders. LA Galaxy without Chicharito just aren't that good. Yes, it is home field. Yeah, they play decent defense. They haven't been able to find the back of the net a ton. Seattle's got Jordan Morris, and yeah, was it a little of a fuck you? You left me off the international roster game? Sure. He scored 4. Do you know how hard it is to score 4 goals in a 90-minute soccer match? He got subbed with like 15 minutes left on the clock. Like, it's ridiculous what Jordan Morris has been doing. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 goals on the season and is your current Golden Boot leader. Sounders on the road definitely struggle a little bit more. Morris has shown that he's healthy and, dude, he's ready to replace Rudy Diaz. Like, Morris can do a little bit more for you distribution wise and creativity up top, whereas Rudy Diaz was more of a true 9 and he has a leg. Like, I've seen Rudy Diaz pull up and like drain a goal from midfield. I hope he's healthy and I hope he's good because I can easily shove Morris out to the wing and get Rodon's ass fucking coming off the bench or something. But like, Seattle on the road here, draw no bet, plus 135 against a Galaxy team who can't find goals. Yeah, give me that all day. Morris, like I said, 4 fucking goals last game. He's plus 265 for 1 goal. For 1. It's ridiculous. He scored 4. He's got 7 on the year. He's got 1 game this year without a goal. And you giving me plus 265? That's just ignorant. Oh, next up, we got the Revs hosting NYCFC. Long story short, Revs are playing good ball. They got a scrappy win last weekend. We were big on their draw no bet, full unit, plus 140 last weekend. They came through for us on the road with at home with a 2-1 win after going down a goal early. NYCFC, they just still they lack enough consistent firepower up top for me. And the Revs have Gustavo Bau and Carlos Gil, who I rate more than anybody in from the midfield up on NYCFC. Give me Revs at home plus 117. That's a nice number. Look for Bau's goal number. Look for Carlos Gil assist numbers. Last game of the weekend for me is MLS. Colorado Rapids are hosting LAFC. Colorado Rapids, man, you guys are in the mud. I'm sorry. You're a Kroenke-owned team. It fucking sucks. You guys went from fucking top of the West to didn't make the playoffs to no, but like, I'm sorry. The Rapids are just bad. They're all around bad. I don't have anything nice to say about the Rapids other than I like the new kid, the new 19-year-old striker. VAR took 2 goals away from him. That was kind of bogus. Yeah, you're at home. This is light travel, altitude, I don't think you're very good, Rapids. I'm sorry. I don't. Maybe when you get Diego back, I don't know. I don't know. Give me LAFC on the road here, plus 115. And if you guys haven't heard me talk about this for the last year and a half, Carlos Vela, he'll take PKs. He's not a great goal scorer, in my opinion. He's moved to an assist man. We smacked his assist last week for plus 300. We smacked it opening weekend for like plus 260. Vela is an assist guy. He had 10 dimes last year before the playoffs. I think he had like 2 dimes in the playoffs. That's 12 goals, quick math, in 33 games. Yeah, they give me more than plus 300 on Vela any point in the season. That's a bet. That's a bet. Also, MLS, like, if you guys don't know, the reason I talk a ton of assists in MLS, it's because there's a market for it. MLS gives you hockey assists. No other country on the planet for soccer gives 2 assists for a goal scorer. They don't change the value on assist plays in MLS. So, yeah, that's why we talk assists so much. There's dumb value. You're getting almost double value there. And then if you somehow find the assist guy you want and they have a good number on FanDuel where they give you an assist for drawing a PK or for a rebounded shot off the keeper or the woodwork, that they'll cash an assist on that on top of the 2 players getting assists that lead to a goal. That's dumb value. So just keep that in the back of your mind when you. That's why MLS is such a moneymaker for us. That's why we look for assists over goal scorers in MLS. That's all I got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the questions on Oceanin. I'm glad I could find you an answer on that. Um, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors once again. Gold Boys Network, goldboys.com. Go sign up. That's where I have all my picks. Get all my blog posts, articles, stuff like that. It goes to goldboys.com under hashtag Burroaks. Shout out them for hosting the stream. Pickett Sports, great app. Promo code Burroaks, all capitals. I use Pickett. I post, weekly plays on Pickett. I use it to track all my bets. You can see how profitable we're being by category, by sport, what days are good for us, what days are bad. And it's a great tool to shop lines for baseball, NFRIs, player hits, money lines, over-unders, all that stuff. Great app. I do a lot of Twitter spaces with Pickett too, for NCAA for the basketball tournament. So appreciate Pickett. Shout out them. Boom Fantasy. Boom Fantasy, whatever the link to sign up is, /Burroaks, just capital B. I like Boom Fantasy a lot. I think they have really nice baseball markets here. They offered great player prop selections for the NCAA tournament. I will be continuing to do baseball and college basketball props while we still have them for the last 3 games through Boom. I really love that Boom gives players, or DFS guys access to player prop over unders, and it works really well for states that don't let sports books have college player props in basketball, and places that don't have legalized sports betting. Because they're a DFS app, we can get you guys involved that way, and there's plenty of money to be made there. So shout out Boom, shout out Pickett, shout out Gold Boys. I'm Burroaks77. Follow me on Twitter at Burroaks77. Fuck what you heard. This is Box to Box, and we're out.